When we met, he didn't show any signs of, he's interested in me and all that. So then we went out on the first date. I didn't even actually call it a date, it was just a meet-up.
But you looked good, eh?
Yes, I looked good, of course. So, he started talking about himself, but then this person started behaving weirdly.
How?
Bad touches. He would like, yasembeza akatebe. Manyumiza. Yasembeza akatebe. And he started like putting his hand on my thighs. And I kept on telling him, stop doing that. So he drove me back home. And when I was getting out of the car, he attempted to kiss me. I slapped him. So, for me that...
Listen, Masanyu.
So for me, that was it for me. But this guy has called every single day. It's like as if he's stalking me. Nangamba musonyiwe. For him, he thought I was enjoying. Clearly, I was showing him I was not enjoying. So...
May we have noisemakers in this class.
So until he reached a point, nasoka nasirikamu like for 6 months. Namala naddamu nazukira buto akube esimu buli lunaku nejo yagikubye. But now I started a behavior when he calls, I just pick up the phone and put it on the side and leave.
He still calls.
For a full hour esimu nga kweri minutes zitambula tajijjako. Kati jo yansindikide message nangamba, we need to meet and talk about this and get this over with. Yeah, Katinza namugamba, this is an obsession. You're not thinking straight. I think you need help. And Agamba, this is true love. Katinebuza. Katinebuza. First of all, I'm not interested in him. That is so clear. I want nothing to do with him, whether being friendship or what, because of how we behaved on our first encounter. In Kolechi.
Run for dear life. Run in the opposite direction. No, the reason as to why I am so straight about this, do you remember when I talked about relational intelligence? To know when you have overstepped, to know when to break, to know when to accelerate, as in we need that intelligence. Do you know the people that are insensitive to that intelligence? Toxic people, narcissists, obsessive people, and crazy people. I am sorry to say. Okay? Those are the people that are insensitive to what other people. When someone is confident and you tell them, don't call me again, they will actually make sure they don't call. Now, it will be upon you to actually miss them and look for them. Do you see that? When someone calls and you put them on hold, or you pick the call and then you don't speak, and for a full hour they are still on. That means, just like you said, they are obsessed, they don't love you. A person who loves you, by the way, you have to love people enough to walk away when they ask you to walk away. You love yourself and you love them too much, that you do not want to annoy them, that you would rather stay away. And some people that have loved others to the extent when someone tells the Sikwagala, like, you know what? Get whoever you want. I love you and I will never stop loving you, but go on with your life. And people have released other people because they are sensitive, they respect themselves, they are confident about themselves, even when it is hurting so much. Okay? So, you have to be very careful with such characters, because this is a person who can follow you up to know where you stay. This is a person who will know where you work, who will know your routine. And then, this is a person who will say, I cannot lose her, I would rather have her die than any man having her. Okay? So that is an obsession. And that is, actually, the best description is someone who is psychopath. Yes, a psychopath. So be very careful. And we have so many psychopaths moving within us. Okay? Because someone has told you, don't touch me. And I will say this for sure. Some guys, and I know that we have guys in this place, some guys tebamanyi kukwana. Or batya okukola ki? To approach. Why? Because they are fearful, they fear rejection, and they just don't have the words, some of them. So there are friends, and you will tell me for the truth, there are some tribes that think wakukwata kabakukwani. Wanji, you know such people? And I don't know who lied to them. So when someone shows interest in such a manner, touches you, and then you tell them, never do that again, if they really love you, they will withdraw, they will respect it, but next time they will ask you out, they will show pure friendship, they will show engagement and pure care, and most of those people, by the way, love too much. The people that don't know what to say and they're so fearful to approach, they love too much, and number two, sometimes babisati. You know, when a guy has a nice haircut, because there are things that as women, guys, where are you? There are things that we look at and we admire from you. A nice haircut, smelling good, a nice shoe, putting on engoye zikutuuka. Waliwo abambala wati penyo ate waliwo abambala mudebedo. No soberwa, no gamba chichi. Wanji? So, there are those people that don't know how to approach, but they are very good people. When you tell them to slow down, they will slow down. Okay? Because maybe they didn't know that that was irritating you. But they will show you that they are still around. They will even send you airtime, go to taga. They will even, when you tell them you're going for the party, as in, like they overshow, they are really concerned. And this is where most of the town girls and town dwellers, do you know what they do? They're high on their white horses. They're like, you know what? If he's not driving a Benz, if does not have a proper haircut, if he does not have a nice suit on him, and he's putting on nice jewelry and a nice cologne or yosimwagala, ababiri nabo nabafumbo bakazi babwe beba bibagulira. Wanji? You see a man that is too intact? Ngali above 40, ali above 35, waliwo bimuteekamu. Kale ne bwaba tabimuteekamu waliwo amumatchingira kala nti gundi yambala white ne grey, toyambala orange ne green. And then after that, come and say, oyo gwenjagala. You even start claiming. Or claiming. Wanji? Ne bitali ne baggage. I usually don't talk about side dishes because number one, we have to be able to extend grace. Right? Anyone that is a side dish, it is not time for you to crucify them or judge them. It is time for you to extend grace and try to understand them. Because most times what befalls them is not what they expected. Okay? They miscalculate. But Of course. There are those who do. But again, even if olumbango chimanyi, okay? Byobo subida olusisi byofuna. Okay? So that is where I say, whether achimanyi or batachimanyi, are miscalculating. Why? Because they are going to be the losers at the end of the day. And someone will say, there are some side dishes who have actually flourished. Let me tell you, even when you flourish, do you know why most of them come to see me? It's because babera kubunkenke. Nti oli we yagendera nange kirabika nze nzirako balyoke bazzeewo omulala. So babera kubunkenke most of the times yakomyewo leeti, takyankubira masimu, takyakola bye yakola ngali naawe takwata masimu akomawo leeti kubanga muli mukudigida. You didn't know that you were sowing seeds that you are going to reap when the time comes. Kati omukyalo omugezi ali wano makati. You know, there are those who will say, you know what, I will intercede and I will talk to my husband. We will go for therapy. We will try to make this marriage work. But if you show me that you don't want to make this marriage work, I will exit properly. I let you bring whoever you think is the new one, the new model. But guess what? The new model becomes old model in less than. Abavuga kanamba okavuga mwaka mulamanga kanamba. Wanji? Actually, in 3 months na nene, 3 nyingi. Oba wakajijjayo mu bondi ng'endala yafulumye. Kati gwowoza nvuga kanamba ki? We have to be very careful. That is why I said relational intelligence. When you get to know that now I am getting into a territory where I do not belong. Wanji, bring back your legs slowly. Go back into your zone and believe God for bigger and better. But for as long as you're still holding 3 hands, Lulina bagamba Hamza ali wano, Abdul ali wano. Ate okute Johnny, ate wogamba mukama. Nakatonda kutunulia nagamba bannange laba namagwatala wange mukolere ki. Taina kya kukolera. So I want, at least we were able to respond to that. Make sure that you are careful and you take charge of your life. And walking alone at night is a no-go zone until that is very clear. And if you ever have a threat on your life, police statement. Yes.
Now, I don't know. Yes, I
Naye
don't.
mutuveeko nammwe. Mbugwati?
They are too much in it.
They are too much in it. Mbu you are
Yes.
fearphobic.
Now, this guy, yali chali wange.
Olwatuuka.
Actually, it was a long story, and he ended up marrying my girlfriend.
Okay. Guys,
Namwe.
be kind. Yes, sir.
And now, some years down the road,
Uh-huh.
whenever they get problems, the guy ends up running to me.
Mbuno what?
Ate kati ono yakoze bwati.
Uh-huh.
Please call her, talk to her about this and that.
Uh-huh.
So, at first I wanted to be, since we were friends with the guy,
Uh-huh.
I never wanted to break that friendship. Yadenga binnuma.
Uh-huh.
Nga negumya to the extent that I even attended the wedding nali Asha.
Bambi. Wali Asha. Naye bannange. Uh-huh.
Ne bampitako mu mmotoka ne bampuubira ne kajjambo.
Bannange.
But now, whenever they... Masanyu tontunuulira. Whenever they get problems...
Ladies.
Whenever they get problems, the guy runs to me, and stupidly, the lady also calls me. Ono chaliwo, I reached an extent of blocking them. Bagayi nga banfuukidde ekizibu. And now, one day I was coming back from work. Nasanga guy ali waka nninze.
Akunyumize ku bizibu.
Ambulireko ku bizibu bye.
Uh-huh.
Kati simanyi cause the guy keeps looking for me all the time naye bintamye binnuma.
Okay. So weebuuza okola otya?
Omuntu ngoyo, actually I keep referring him to people who can help him,
But he doesn't.
but he keeps coming back. Ono gwamutegeera biki biki.
Do you know why he comes to you? Do you know why he comes to you? He knows that the woman does not love him. The woman loved you, but she married a wrong guy. And so he thinks that by talking to you, you can talk her into settling down and doing the right thing. Because us women, when we love someone, we believe in them and we listen to them. You realize? What happens when we don't love someone? Hell will break loose. Wanji, you will go back home late. You will cook ebita warmer. You will cook chocolate. Well, if you don't love someone. And that's why some ladies have told me, nangamba ekituufu kyennyini simwagala, but I loved my ex. But my ex was not financially stable. So I went with one who was financially stable. But guess what? Omusajja yanaaza abaana, yabatwala mu buliri, agula mmere enfumbe, agamba nti sina gafumba, bw'akola ki, and bambi, poor man, he is loving, he is caring, and guess what? When they come to me, and I talk to the lady, mugamba ngenda kulabula omwami wo, naye bwe naamala omulabula, tagenda kuddamu kwagala. Because when namukwatako bwenti and I balance him to be a real man, he will never have need for you. Because some women bayitiridde nnyo. If you don't love someone, why do you waste their time? Why? You are wasting their time, and let me tell you, even if it is money, okulya sente ze gwotayagala n'okuwooma teziwooma. Ozirya bwe zikuyitamu, tolina ky'ozikolamu kyamakulu. Naye osobola okubeera mu kasiisira n'omuntu gw'oyagala, ne muzina amazina ng'oyambadde akagomesa akayo ak'ebituli. Wangi? This generation etumazeemu nnyo. Bintu bya kwepimpinga, bintu bya sente, bintu bya ki. Ladies, so the gentleman knows that he doesn't have a woman. He knows that the woman loved you and he guessed right. But the woman married the wrong person and she died in her movie. Wanji? Achakwami. Because alieri jatayagala tetasobola kwogera nti saagalayo. So ebikolwa bye bikola ki? Bye bikulaga. Wanji? No. The best thing is love yourself so much with confidence to walk away from their drama. You don't want drama because now when you date another girl and then someone comes and says, "Anti gwategera gundi yali ex wo ne mala ne muwasa." I will think there is still something, there is still a connection between the two of you. Okay? And guess what? That guy still thinks that Monkukutu you still have a connection with the wife. So one day he will come with acid. Ngoloza akulinza kubulira bizibu. Kumbaze kuyira acid. So you have to be very, very careful because you never know when people switch and what makes them tick. Okay? We have another question. Where is the microphone?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Hilda, my question is, what do you think of a guy who decides to let go of you through a friend? For example, sends your friend a message and tells you, Mugambe, to move on. What kind of person is that?
All of you said one word, he is a coward. But guess what? He is not confident. He fears hurting. And indeed, if you're fearful, you're a coward. Because you would rather, you know? So, that's a wrong thing to do. If you ever need to break up, not in a text message, not through a friend, but mubuli wo. Call for a meeting and tell them that, you know what, this can't go on. Chiganye. Find words. Because tewali achawa yogera mazima. Tewali alikugamba, we sikwagala lwakuba irukine nkobogo. Sikwagala lwakuba oli dark skinned. Sikwagala lwakuba oli light skinned onzijukiza ex wange. Sikwagala, no, oba lwakuba oli munafu oba tewasoma nnyo oba tewachi. Buli omu yeesirikira ensonga ze. Why? Because they think when amubulira amazima gajja muhatinga. You get it? But guess what? The person gwe bachawa stays without closure. So that is why most of the times watch the ending ensonga. Because bojinoonya batojiraba kiruma nnyo. But bobanga gwali wano nga gwe go bachawa lekera okunoonya ensonga because tolijifuna. Sometimes omuntu tabata kwagadde bwagazi. Nga yakyekaka mu mutima oba si kyekyo ekiseera kye kyali kituuse oba si kyekyo yafuna nnyo disappointments kyokka gwe n'omulaga nti omwagala nnyo n'afuna we yeekwatira. So ekintu ekyali ekya season n'akifuula okuba ekyolubeerera n'atuuka n'akola ki n'atendewalirwa. So it's only prudent if someone shows you the signs, okay, ask for the truth, and if they are bold enough to tell you that, you know what, this can't happen, respect them enough. Kunganya maziga go, don't cry before them. Gendo kabire wo. Yes. Genda it's therapeutic. Yes. Hey. It's very therapeutic. Gende wo gwa mu maso ga Katonda wo. Omugambe, this is what has happened. Okay? And stay respectful. Totandika ate gundi yanjagala ate namala nansulawo gwaba yeswaza. Teweeswaza kubanga oyinza okuba gwogenda obigamba teyandikwagadde n'okwagala naye oli awo you're crying over spilled milk. So when someone comes nogamba nze nchaliko ennaku ya ex boyfriend wange nze ndeka nze nchaliko ennaku oli yakukyawa ennaku ki gy'olina yakuwa ekkubo eryerufu so that you can go on. So it's an act of cowardice, disrespect for some people. Nagamba sina budde bwe kiggweera eyo. And some people just don't know how to handle it. They are too good, but they are just not in love, and they don't want to hurt someone, so they would rather stay away from it. Ate bw'oba ng'oli wano omuntu n'akutuma ogenda okyawa omuntu, mugambe gewegendereyo. Genda onywe n'akacaayi munyumye n'emboozi n'oli omuntu naye tomuwa mawulire. Mugambe ojjagga mweweera. Habyo abasina abantu abakyawa messenger. Hey, bajja okukyawa.